Good Monday morning, my Mischief Maker viewers. Now, a couple of things. I'm going to start with a really stupid thing, but I am going to share it because I'm pretty sure a ton of people are feeling this. I'm feeling a little like a hippo this morning, okay? I've been eating very well and I need to stop because there are no gyms that are open and I haven't been exercising at all. So, okay. That rubbish is over and done with. Today, I am excited because I'm going to be installing my new winch line. And I'm going to be having a little convo with someone also. So let's get today started. So I have arrived at the garage and I'm excited to get this Spidura Pro synthetic rope on. A new one for a new year for new adventures. So, you ready for this? Because I am. Let's go. So as you can see, we have successfully put in that synthetic rope. It was pretty simple. It's a simple process, and the way I learned how to do it is I actually watched a ton of YouTube tutorials on how to do that. So that's how I've done most of the stuff on Mischief Maker. Just watched on YouTube, watched over and over, and then get to work. But sometimes having a second person really does help with this job, especially that last part when you need that rope kind of taut and you're reeling it in at the same time. It's always good to have a second person to help you with that. Now all that needs to be done is the front bumper needs to go on, the Factor 55 will go on. We are not going to do that right now. We actually have an important person to talk to, so let's get on that call. Hey there, this is Justin from Factor 55. How are you, my lovely?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good as always. You work with Factor 55. How long have you been working with them for?
So this will be coming up in July this year. It'll be 6 years.
So, big news happened a couple of weeks ago. You are part of the Warren family. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's pretty. That was, and personally, for me, pretty unexpected actually. But it was, it was really kind of a cool thing. Like, I rolled into work one day, and it's interesting because we're a small boutique company, and we always have been, and a real tight knit group of people, and so a lot of people know me because I'm the one that's always out doing the events, and I'm the guy, and so it's funny because a lot of people think I own the company, and I don't. I just like.
I really thought that you were like part owner of the company when I first met you. I was like, wow.
No, man, I just work in marketing. Like that's, like my deal. So, I like to go wheeling, and I like to play on my phone, I guess is what you say. So they, like Mike is, working for Mike has been a great thing. And we have had many suitors along the way.
Yeah.
When it comes to that for people that were interested in investing in us or doing something like that to kind of help our brand, and it just ultimately they came to some kind of agreement, and Warren acquired Factor 55 officially just a couple weeks ago. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's an incredible move. Pretty awesome. It's like two powerhouses under one roof.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool pairing, right? It's the biggest winch manufacturer in the world and household name. And so now it's only going to help us to become like even more of a household name already. I mean, my favorite thing in the world is when I meet somebody that's never heard of the company, never heard of the brand, has no idea what the parts do. Mm-hmm. And it happens a lot more often than you think. So it's really cool to see that that there's still so much room to grow and to do that out there.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's so awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
So today I switched out my winch line because my old one was just
haggard.
It was done. It was just done. Like I pulled it out, I power washed it, I put it back in, I went out wheeling once. It was like, no, I need another one. So we just did that today, and of course I have the Factor 55 FlatLink. Can you explain to us just a little bit how that differs from a normal winch hook, as you would call it?
Well, I mean, perfect example. I got my Jeep right here. I can show you. But wait, there's more. So basically here, I'll flip this around so everybody can see. So this is kind of a fun little thing about that a lot of people don't ever get to see with my Jeep. So one of the things about this is that, so this is what would be called an 8074. So it's not an 8274 because this predates that. So like when AMC used to own Jeep, you could buy this winch. And so the neat thing about this is that, yes, this is a Warren winch, but look at this. If you get down, if I can get up on the label, it's actually Jeep original equipment.
Oh, wow.
So this was actually a custom branded, Jeep winch that when you bought your Jeep, you could actually get this winch that was made by Warren for this. So rebuilt, has a bigger motor on it. I'm thinking about upgrading, now, right? We're sister companies, brother companies, whatever. Upgrade the box that's on there. But essentially, like, it's, it's a full rebuilt working winch on the front here. And so what I have is on the front of mine is the same part that you have on the front of yours, which is our FlatLink E product. Now, the advantages of this is, one, you can see here where you've got integrated rubber pads. So there's no metal-to-metal connection, right? So you don't have to worry about anything rubbing or grinding on here onto the fairlead surface while you're storing your FlatLink onto this. This has also got the FlatLink rope guard, which is also, not only is it acting as a skid plate for the front end of here, protecting the end of the winch line, but it's also protecting the finish and protecting the part. So that way, as you come up into an obstacle, this can take the abuse rather than the actual finish of your product on the front end.
Oh, yes.
So one of the coolest things about this, too, is that with the oval hole opening of the FlatLink E, is that not only can you use the pin end of a 3/4 shackle, but you can also pass the body of a 3/4 shackle through this hole opening. And the reason why that's so valuable is especially with older style. So I have a JK here, but this has got a TJ front bumper. And so with the older style TJ bumpers, they have these open hooks on the front end here. And so the advantage is that you could actually just take this and thread that right over top of some of these open hooks. The same, similarly, like the toe hooks on the front of a JK, like the factory JK toe hooks as well. So it's a really clean, tight setup. It also provides like a really great approach angle, right, from what you can see from your bumper right here. So you can see like it gives you the best approach angle on the front end of the setup right there. And it just makes it to be like, it's one of the most like functional, like clean parts that we've made. And that's way different than like the thimble styles where like the original Pro Links protruded so far from the front bumper that, man, when you came up to like a rock edge, it was like scraping up the front of everything and sticking out there like a boulder. So it was really like it was really a good transition thing and something to be like a lot more versatile of an attachment point to have. And then it was also, just cleaner lines, right? Keep everything like a lot more subtle and smooth across the front end there. So it's Absolutely. The most popular part that we sell. The FlatLink E is just so much more versatile of a product to use.
It really is. It's saved my front bumper quite a number of times. It is pretty mangled and mooshed, but it's perfect. It was designed very well, and I love mine. One last question. What is your favorite product that you guys have over there? Just yours personally. I know you probably have like a lot of them, but
yeah, that's a really good question actually. There's there are so many. My favorite one, I would say that, God, man, that would have to be that's so interesting. I would have to say that probably my favorite one is usually always ends up being the newest one because I'm so I think, but probably honestly, if I get all in all, one of my favorite products that we make would be our basic guide to winching manual. I think that may be one of my favorite parts because out of all the stuff that we manufacture, like once you buy a shackle mount or once you have one like on the front of your vehicle, that's it, you're done. Like unless you have another winch or another vehicle, you already bought the part that you needed, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really about furthering that education on. And our basic guide to winching manual, we co-authored with Bob Wallers of the Off-Road Safety Academy. And that manual goes through like all of the information between using soft shackles and hard shackles and straps and what to look for with finding quality USA made equipment and safer rigging technique, how to use it. It goes all this stuff. And really that's what ultimately comes down to is about furthering your education to know how to do better things on the trail. Because the one thing we always talk about, like look, like you personally, you wheel 90% of the time, I would say, with some of the best people behind the wheel of a vehicle, like on the planet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the crew of guys that you go out with all the time, and the guys that you're going wheeling with consistently, all of them have got capable vehicles. They've all had a lot of time behind the wheel. Mm-hmm. They're all pretty well-versed mechanics. They all have a really good grip on kind of what they're doing. And me, most of the time, especially even here locally, I mean, it's a lot of people that maybe even the second or third time that they've ever even driven a Jeep on rocks before. Yeah. And so I deal with a lot of people that don't have a lot of trail experience. And so when you see that tool becomes vital things to further somebody's education and get them to be more comfortable with their vehicle. I mean, because like look at the JL and the JT. I mean, like right out of the box, that thing is such a capable vehicle that now somebody with very little experience can instantly go out into a place and get out on the road and get in the backcountry in a place that is way beyond their skill level. So I think further education is ultimately probably like my favorite thing because, like anything anybody gets passionate or gets into, like I nerd out about all that stuff. So it is.
Is there anything you want to tell the Mischief Maker viewers about?
One of the cool things we're working towards is we kind of came up like about a year ago. I kind of came up with a new catchphrase for the company. And so you can kind of see it in the background right here on the back windshield of the Jeep right there. It's called Equipped to explore. That's going to be like, that's kind of the new catchphrase for the company. So just like the windshield banner that's on here, that'll fit pretty much every Jeep from like a YJ all the way up to the JLs and the JTs, right? The Equipped to Explore windshield banners will be available on the website. We have a ton of new t-shirts that are coming. Finally getting all new hats, getting all that stuff done. So there'll be a lot of other cooler things that we're going to be doing merchandise-wise, as well as like new products. So all that stuff is going to be coming in the near future.
Well, I thank you so much for your time. You've been awesome. I really appreciate you. So there you have it, guys. A phone call with Justin from Factor 55 himself. That was an awesome call. And again, one of the most passionate people about life you will ever meet. Now, if you are interested in any of the Factor 55 products, it's easy. You can find everything at factor55.com. So guys, if you are enjoying this channel, then please remember to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Always leave me a comment. I am loving the comments, by the way. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. So thank you, Justin. Thank you, guys. Until tomorrow morning, I will see you later.